Sorry. A Minecraft movie releases this Friday, and the reception has been interesting. So, non-biased, straightforward, I want to give my thoughts and opinions on this movie, and I want to mention this is prior to the movie's release, so things may change, and these are based off of the trailers and scenes of the movie we've already been shown. So, let's begin. In 2009, Notch created Cave Game, which later became Minecraft, and Minecraft went on to sell incredible amounts of copies within years of release, and has held its spot in the top most sold games for over a decade. Later on in 2014, Notch would go to sell his company Mojang to Microsoft. After Minecraft slated itself as a brand and became a giant in the gaming industry with Microsoft now behind it, a film was inevitable. Mojang revealed that the Minecraft movie had been in development since 2014, shortly after the acquisition.
We first started talking about making a movie over a decade ago. We really wanted to honor the world.
So now, the movie has finally been revealed. A good amount of it at this point. And to me, I'm excited and nervous. I've been playing Minecraft since I was 8 years old, starting with a free trial on my mom's laptop, and then I went on to the free trial on PlayStation 3, until I finally got the full game in 2013 on Xbox 360. And man, did I play it a lot. I still play Minecraft often, and it's still super important to me, so this movie is also important to me, similar to how the FNAF movie or the Sonic movie was, which in my opinion were incredible and very good adaptations of the games they were based on. So, what do I think? Well, the original teaser for a Minecraft movie was released in September. 2 reactions. The first trailer doesn't really do much good reeling us in. The trailer starts with a blue portal, rather than the purple one that takes you to the Nether. This blue portal seems to take our characters from the Earth to the overworld dimension. Film Theory actually did a more in-depth look at this first trailer, and while the plot of our characters being transported by some strange off-brand tesseract looks confusing, after watching the analysis from Film Theory, it seems to make more sense. They hypothesized that the blue cube seen in the movies could be tied to the new orb of interaction found at the new Minecraft experience that opened up.
This attraction using an item called the Orb of Interaction. This thing serves multiple purposes and glows different colors depending on what you need it to do. You have green to mine resources, red to fight enemies, yellow to build, and blue to guide you.
So, taking this, it seems that our main cast has gotten their hands on the Orb of Interaction, which was in its blue state to guide them to the overworld. It still really doesn't explain the use of a random isekai, but a lot of video game movies do it. Sometimes it works better than others. With this movie being live action, it obviously caused some rumble. Minecraft isn't really like the Mario movie or the Sonic movie in the live action case. The FNAF movie was live action because the games take place on Earth anyway. The Sonic movie did live action to explain the slight origin of Sonic as a character and establish a new canon, though there are tons of examples between the 3 movies of them still using so much content and lore from the games, with Sonic 3 pretty much being a film adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2. The Mario movie was animated, but technically it's still an isekai like the Minecraft movie. We see the Mario brothers begin in Brooklyn as plumbers, who fall into the wrong pipe and end up in the Mushroom Kingdom. This isekai makes sense because of Mario's real backstory. The first Mario Bros. Game takes place in the sewer, and it's clear as day that Mario and Luigi are supposed to be humans like us. They got sent to this magical land. This concept has been practiced slightly in Super Mario 3D World with the clear pipes leading to new lands or worlds, and in the intro of the new Super Mario Bros. Super Show, where we literally see Mario and Luigi cleaning a pipe on Earth and once again falling in and ending up in the Mushroom Kingdom. For these movies, it works. They're source material, but also still remnants of the games the adaptations were based off. But with the Minecraft movie, it just doesn't seem as right as it did with the other movies. Minecraft has never really stepped out of the Minecraft realm. Mario has 2 games on Earth. Yes, 2, that I know of. Hotel Mario and Super Mario Odyssey being the mains. But Minecraft has never really had a game outside the blocky universe that we know. So where's the reasoning for the live-action casting? An animated trailer created by one person released shortly after the first live-action teaser, and it instantly became more of a hit. And like I said, it was made by one person, which shows how the fans see the game. It just doesn't fit. Another big gripe is the inconsistent measurements. A Minecraft block is typically 3x3x3, which in real life is shown to be way too big, so they shrunk the blocks down to 2x2x2 for the sake of the movie. But, once again referencing the Film Theory video, these measurements still make no sense. Measurements from the Film Theory video show that with the height and the measurement of the blocks we were given, our main cast would be taller than any human that has walked on Earth. except for one. Henry and Jack...
I am Steve.
Sorry. Steve is measured first, with Steve coming out at a whopping 8 foot 2 inches. And for context, Steve from the video game version of Minecraft is only supposed to be about 6.5 feet. Wow. Okay, well how about Henry? He's younger, so he's presumably about fourth of the age of Steve and the other adult cast. Yet he still stands at an incredible 7'4". And you think that's tall? Garrett Garrison is the tallest here. Jason Momoa himself already stands at 6'2". So obviously with the Minecraft size inflation, Garrett is shown by the block height to be a whopping 10 foot tall, which makes him unofficially one of the tallest characters in history. The only human to ever reach these numbers was the late Robert Wadlow, standing at 8'11", and Robert was the accidental lead to research that reveals the many health risks that lead to being so tall. So in the movie, our characters are way too tall for the things they're even doing, and the action going on in the trailers alone would have our casts in casts. So why change the measurements if the ones set in stone still make no sense? Funny enough, after the film theory video talking the measurements, we got more looks at the movie, and another trailer that actually shows a villager in the real world who gets hit by a car by Jennifer Coolidge. Why? I don't know. But skip the car crash, and let's look at something. Jennifer Coolidge is only about 5'10", only being used because of the rest of the measurements compared to this. And while the villager is sitting and Jennifer is bent down, we can tell that the villager doesn't look like he'd be that much taller than her. We also see him beside the car for about 2 frames before he gets pummeled, to which he looks about a foot taller than the vehicle. And looking it up, the vehicle looks to be an older Chevy Tahoe, which I could be wrong, I'm not the best with vehicles, but using this example, that would make the car about 75 inches, which is about 6 feet. And with the villager looking about a foot taller, we can presume that the villager is standing at about 7 feet tall. This would make the villager only about a foot taller than Jennifer. But wait, if you rewatch the beginning of the final trailer, we see this villager here standing beside his house. See something? He's 3 blocks tall, making him, using the same measurements we used for the live action cast, 10 feet tall along with Garrett in the Minecraft universe. So what is going on? Why make the character so freakishly tall but don't follow it when traveling worlds? I mean, I get maybe having different ways of measurements between worlds, but that doesn't explain why the villager shrunk, and only by 3 feet. How does this translate to our real cast? Will they just be the normal height in the real world? Or shrink? Or grow? Why don't these freakishly tall statures for human characters have a reasoning? It just seems silly. With animation, or just sticking to one realm at a time, it really shouldn't have been an issue, but we see this multiple times throughout the trailers. Measurement changes, and most importantly and more annoyingly, the tools. Okay, what happened here? They look like foam tools a lot of people got at Walmart from like a decade ago. In Minecraft, the sheer size of the pixels making up your tools are so big that they beef the tools up in a sense and make them look sized correctly and usable. The swords look way too skinny, and so does the pickaxe. And don't get me started on the candy bite-sized axes held by the Vindicators here. Anyway, back to the trailers. From the looks of things, our main 4 characters have never played Minecraft, so it's either not on Earth or it's not as popular. For this reason, we see Steve acting as somewhat of a tour guide for the cast, teaching them the ropes, tools, building, crafting 2 buckets chained together. Wait, what? What the hell is this? This isn't in Minecraft. That's not even how you craft those items, even if you were to. A bucket costs 3 iron ingots, and the chain costs an iron ingot and 2 iron nuggets. But before Garrett hits the table, we see 7 ingots. Oh, okay, yeah, that's I guess that's enough. 6 for 2 buckets, and then 1 for the chain. But we see 4 what I guess is supposed to be iron nuggets? Okay, that's 2 extra. But when he crafts it, all the iron disappears. So what's the point of showing the recipe getting formed if it's not even accurate at all? Why randomly insert something into the game for the sake of the joke? I mean, I get the cast doesn't know Minecraft and doesn't know the crafting recipes, but this dude Garrett took it to the next level by straight up creating a whole new item that not even gamers have seen before. That's another big inconsistency along with the measurements, the game accuracy. The movie was purposely called a Minecraft movie rather than the Minecraft movie because they want to show that this movie takes place across all of Minecraft, the books, the games, maybe even story mode. But this bucket chain thing never shows up in anything. Nothing in the books, nothing in the game, nothing in story mode, nothing even in my mod folder. So where does this even come from? Luckily, Through the trailers, we do see good nods to the game. In the first real trailer, we see a C418 remix.
A wonderland where anything you can imagine is possible.
Speaking of first real trailers, I know a certain hedgehog who had 2 first real movie trailers. But aside from that, we also see Steve building this dirt house. Okay, cool. Garrett's digging underground. Okay, sure. The village doesn't look bad. And a lot of the elements are pretty accurate. But there's so many that aren't. To begin, the elephant in the room is this weird portal. I mean, we talked about it earlier, and it's kind of explained, but still, why even add it? And then there's this scene of redstone being used, where it acts as a fuse. Typically, in the game, the minute you activate a lot of redstone, no matter the length, as long as the power reaches it, it'll all activate at once. Okay, whatever. Well, luckily the chicken farm attached to the redstone does work correctly. Later, we get a scene of Steve's stash, which is pretty accurate. Jack-o'-lanterns, regular lanterns, gold carrots and ingots, potions, I think that's a honey bottle, books, eyeglasses, TNT, these weird small magma blocks, a turtle shell, leather helmet, and an enchanted diamond helmet, along with full gold armor. Pretty nice. And at first, a lot of people threw these boots into the inconsistency pile, but after another trailer, it was pointed out that these are actually boots of swiftness, which are, I guess, enchanted and dyed leather boots. So, understandably, to make the enchantment stand out and make it more obvious what the enchantment is, they added the wings. So, honestly, I see why they did this. It's still pretty accurate. And on the bottom shelf, you can see plenty of fireworks. Why are there plenty of fireworks, you may ask? Because apparently, nobody knows how to use them. 3 times throughout the movie, they showed that elytra are being used to fly. And not once do any of the characters, not even Steve, use fireworks. For those unfamiliar, elytras are wings from the End Dimension, held deep in the End City. You can obtain these wings at the end of the game after defeating the Ender Dragon, and these wings can help you glide long distances. The point of the fireworks with the elytra is to launch you upward to allow you to gain more air to glide farther and faster. So, without the fireworks, you're basically just using a glider from Fortnite. But we see these characters flying upwards and flying all around with the elytra, but with no fireworks. Ow! And while these are just trailers, we see no phantoms or mentions of the men room, which those are used to repair the elytra, because elytra break stupid quick. And with the multiple uses between scenes, those things gotta be on their last legs already. Later, we see Steve help Garrett and Henry by hitting an MLG water bucket clutch. Wait, first off, why does he say but also, how does he even do it? He threw the water from at least 5 blocks down and landed with a thump, even going through the water. The water bucket clutching is so hard because you have literally a 1 block space between the fall and your ability to place the water on the ground. Yet Jack here throws it from the sky and still lands it. Okay, whatever. Now, this scene in the Woodland Mansion is all over the place. First of all, the Vindicators seen here aren't even hostile. Steve is just standing in the sidelines alongside them, but they don't attack, but rather they just watch a battle to the death. There's a WWE ring built into the mansion where the Vindicators are apparently able to drop random mobs to fight the intruders in a 1v1. This is a case in the movie where I'm less mad about it being a random joke thrown in the movie, but more mad that it actually isn't in Minecraft itself, because that would be sick. But anyway, later on we see Henry and Garrett ride a minecart through a giant mosh pit of creepers? What? Okay, first off, the railway here is hilariously incorrect. I have no idea how it slipped past Mojang, but these red rails you see here, these are meant to be powered rails, which when combined with the power of redstone, speeds up a minecart, allowing it to go faster and farther. But looking closer, these are activator rails, which activator rails are used for minecarts containing furnaces, chests, hoppers, or anything else, and can be activated in different ways for different redstone contraptions, but these do absolutely nothing for the speed or distance of the actual minecart, and also do absolutely nothing while a player is riding in it. So how did this happen? And back to the creepers. What the is happening here? The minecart is driving, yes, but while it was still, none of the creepers approached or attempted to explode, even seeing the characters. Which, if you know Minecraft, a creeper does not care about you. What he cares about is blowing up your creations and chasing you on sight.
Depends on the whoa, hey, hey.
So once again, what happened? Beyond these inconsistencies though, the trailers aren't that bad. They don't really paint the movie in a bad light, but the minor flaws are so easily seen. And when the movie was first revealed, I, like many others, was kind of driven away by the real life make and art style. And funny enough, a lot of people compared it to the Sonic movie. I mean, dude, look at these villagers. They are... And the forced isekai along with the forced all-star casting wasn't really hopeful for this movie. But with the newer trailers, I've slightly gained some faith. And me not being very hopeful for the movie, that doesn't mean I'm not excited for the movie to somehow surprise me in the theater. I want to know your thoughts as well though. What are your takes on a Minecraft movie? Are you gonna go see it? Is there something I don't like that you did? Let me know. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This video hopefully will come out before the Minecraft movie does. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the Minecraft movie if you have seen it. Peace out and have a great day.